Table tennis fans all around the world, we are live here on the edge of Lake Geneva at the Salle Omnisport du Pierrier as the final day of this year's European Top 16 is about to begin. I'm your commentator, Fraser Riley, and it's amazing to be here in these surreal settings of Switzerland as we witness the cream of Europe's current crop clash swords here on the show court. Beginning the schedule today, starting off with the first semi-final of women's singles. We're down to the last four now. Won all four of their matches. Mikulova has never got to this stage before. The best previous result she's had was 9th place. The defending champion, Nina Mittelhelm, fell at her feet in the quarter-final yesterday. In recent years, this event's been dominated by German women, such as Patricia Sawyer, Mittelhelm, and others. So, Nina Mikulova with the backhand serves about to start us off here in the semi-final match. And there you can see already the aggression on the forehand. As soon as you give her enough time to play it, she comes through flat. It's not like Panagiotis Gionis, who we saw yesterday, playing loops away from the table. She comes in flatter. Mikulova previously has had Polkanova in her pocket. But the last time they played was quite a while ago, so you could say that result is insignificant as an indication now. Whoa, what a forehand on the parallel. Dismissive from the Russian there. But the first tile break, nothing to separate the two women on the screen. What a match it was yesterday between Polkanova and the 58-year-old legend Nisha Lian from Luxembourg. Polkanova was 3 games to love up. So you can imagine she would have had that in her mind for a long time if she hadn't have managed to finish off the job there. Not enough legs there in the forehand from Polkanova. Has to transfer her weight up the back of a backspin ball. She does so nicely with the backhand there, but Mikulova really solid on the forehand so far. Whoa, well, you don't see that too often. Mikulova playing a backhand from the forehand side. Really positive start from the Russian here. 3-8. Wow, look at these chops away from the table. Stunning backhand, cross court. That's the kind of aggression Polkanova's going to have. Just to gain advantage early on in the rallies. The more you topspin into those pimples consecutively, the heavier and harder the ball becomes to lift. One of the traditional ways One of the ways you'll see in the table tennis textbook to play a defender is to push one ball and spin another, just so that you don't have to keep having to lift the backspin. You can get really tired. And this is a better string of points now from Polkanova, playing forehand on the parallel, switching up the position, keeping Mikulova guessing. All of a sudden, this has become a much tighter affair in game one. Mikulova still has a serve. Will she do anything differently here? All depends how she wants to start her point. She tries to sideswipe a floating push with the pimples, but Polkanova now with an amazing comeback in this first game. Bit of pressure on Mikulova now, because first game really does set the momentum. And if you have a good lead and can't finish it, it's going to play on your mind a little bit. And look, a perfectly placed forehand into that middle section suffocates Mikulova, so she can't play the chop as easy, forces the error, and now a game point to the top seed. Oh, well, the reverse pendulum serve is followed up, and she steals game one from Russia's #1. But it's going to be important now for Mikulova to brush that under the carpet and focus on this present moment. She had such a convincing lead there in game one by about 4 points. So credit to Polkanova all the same, though. She's so mentally tough in tight situations, the top seed. And again, that flick, the modern way to receive serve in table tennis. Straight cross court. Mikulova's got to make sure that she's not leaving too many spaces on that wide forehand. That is a chiseled chop. Hacked like a lumberjack's saw, that one. She takes that forehand a tad too late. First one was good, but Polkanova absorbs the spin with the forehand block. Good control there from the Austrian. Last time these two played each other was back in 2016, and Mikulova won that affair 4-2. So stable on that backhand block, Polkanova. I don't think Mikulova anticipated that was coming back, but you've always got to expect the extra ball and recover in case it does come back. Ooh. Good serve, long serve this time. Good change of length and placement from the Russian. Potential here for her to break an amazing record, because no Russian woman, as I said before, has ever won the top 16 or the top 12, which is what this tournament was before 2015. Big show, lovely forehand. Good spin, revving up the back of the ball. That ability to change from defence into attack is something that all pretty much modern defensive players have in their locker these days, in the women's and the men's game. such arc on that ball from Polkanova. Makes it really hard to time the counter correctly. You saw a lot of forehand slaps from Mikulova in the first. Ooh. Well, again, that extra ball points in it. Straight from the timeout, a nice forehand there from the defensive player. And another two, this time into the backhand. Well, that didn't the confidence of Polkanova. Reverse pendulum serve and another forehand. That's three in a row now. Polkanova's offering too much. Mikulova's eating it up like breakfast, lunch and dinner. Oh, well, that is a major insult to injury there, because the Russians done absolutely nothing wrong in the past 4 points, but that edge there is a lifeline for Polkanova, and what a time to get it as well. That's got to hurt. You can see Yana Noskova in the corner grimacing at that. Wow, under pressure against that kind of topspin. Flat drive down the line. Such bold play here from the Russian. Can she take the game point and level things up? She can. Polkanova misreads that first floaty chop, and we're level. So Polina Mikulova with a strong response, albeit being a really tight game. Just thinking about that head-to-head again. 4-0 in favour of the Russian. Haven't played each other in about 6 years though. Polkanova's gone from strength to strength since. Had some amazing wins, the Austrian. If you look at her resume, some of the scalps that she's taken. She's beaten players such as Hitomi Sato, Yang Haiyun, Li Jie, formidable Netherlands defender, European champion and top 16 champion, formerly. Manika Batra as well. And Polkanova beat 4-0 at the Olympics, which was a lot more one-sided than a lot of people would have anticipated. Well, she's playing really well here. I think she realises that she has to put more pressure on Polkanova than anyone else she's faced so far in this competition. And she's serving really bold. Ooh, how's that ball come back? Last Austrian woman to win was Liu Jia back in 2015. In the other semi-final, we've got Bernadetta Sox and Han Ying. So the winner of this match will play the winner of that, which will follow this one straight after. Great comeback here from Polkanova. We've seen her do this so many times. Just found an extra gear, and Mikulova dumps that reverse pendulum serve right in the bottom of the net. 6-5 now to the top seed. Wow! How fast there. She realises that she's got enough time to play the forehand. Plays all cards on the table and pulls an ace forehand out of the bag there. Polkanova maybe looks a little bit hesitant in her decision making here. Wow. Polkanova hangs on in that point. It looked for a second that the angle of that Mikhailova push had her dead and buried. She stayed alive. Well, that counter missed time, but Polkanova was more positive there. Fortune favours the brave. Wow. Whoa! Mikhailova with some flying backhands. Incredible play. Probably the most positive I've seen her so far. Oh, misses a bit of a cheap chop there, a bit of an early Christmas present. And like every single game we've seen so far, we're tied up at 9-all at the third towel break. Mikhailova doesn't feel like she needs to use the towel box. She stays at the table. Polkanova manages to get that back, contains another one. And another. Oh, what defense there from Polkanova. So stable on that backhand block. Mikhailova couldn't have done anything more. She threw the kitchen sink at the top seed there. Oh, but she overestimates the amount of backspin on the ball. The first one from those pimples is float, no spin. The more you attack into it, the heavier it gets. She comes in with the backhand and the forehand. Well, 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 initiating the attacks. So impressive here from the Russian. Ooh. Well, the way she's playing, you wouldn't be surprised if that went on. Both players giving their best here in these tight situations. Nothing to separate the two score-wise. Oh, but the second one she takes a tad too late. Polkanova again really solid with the block. And now she has a serve as well as a game point to take the lead here in this semi-final. Oh, and the side swiping chop gets dumped into the bottom of the net. Her first major European title in singles. And first win against Mikhailova. 6 years on from their last meeting. You see the intention there from Mikhailova. Good quality spin from Polkanova. Wow. These are the rallies the crowd love to see. Defense and attack turn into topspin to topspin rallies. umpire warning Mikulova to say, please toss the ball a bit more vertically, please. Well, that was chiseled. And Polkonova didn't drive up the back of the ball enough there. Takes a lot of leg, waist, transfer of weight to lift that shot. Mikulova spearheading this women's team. And they have such a promising youth team, Russia. When you look at their men's team as well, in the women's you've got Abramian, current under-19 champion, and the boys team are doing incredibly well. Grebenev, Lev Katzman, Sidorenko. Getting to the final of the European Team Championships. Doing incredibly well, the Russian youth team. Lovely crisp topspin there from Mikulova coming into the table. Polkonova gave her a little bit too much room to manoeuvre there on the receive. Mikulova serving with topspin, so Polkonova needs to try and flick. Wow. You don't really know where it's going, the Mikulova forehand. It's hard to read its direction. She doesn't really give anything away with the shoulders until the last second. Makes an error there. Still with a 2-point cushion at this second tower break. The Russian looking to level things up at 2-all. Best of 7. Straight knockouts. The format of the top 16. So there's huge pressure at your first match. It's a knockout, no group stage. This isn't a European Championship, this is the cream of the crop. Well, you can commend the backhand of Mikulova, which has been so solid, but she was given it on a plate, really, from Polkonova. And that shot that was successful for her on a couple of occasions, that backhand flick cross-court, she just hasn't played enough, really. Maybe we'll see that reverse pendulum serve into the backhand a bit more often from Polkonova. Give her that forehand attack. Wow, that's special. The Russian levels it up here. That's 2 cheap forehands there, given away from Polkonova. Both points followed up from the serve, Mikulova. A big fist pump, she can guarantee a 2-point cushion, at least. You wonder how mentally taxing yesterday's quarterfinal against Nisha Lian was on Polkanova. With one of the warmest embraces I've actually ever seen at the end of a match between her and the Luxembourg legend. Now trying to get behind a Russian player here. Wow. Straight out the textbook, forehand straight down the line. Polkanova yet to get a point on the board. Flawless start. Oh, and an ace. Not an ace that was kind of out of reach though. It was in the hitting distance of Polkanova, but mistimed the forehand. And at the first towel break, probably a scoreline that no one anticipated. No way she reached that shot. Ooh. She's like a brick wall, and Polkanova's hammering, and it takes so much to break her down. Ooh. Again comes in for the attack, clips the top of the net this time and goes off. Three points in a row. I've seen so many games this competition where Polkanova's been trailing by 3 or 4 points. She's managed to come back. Is she doing that again now? The serves too, it becomes even more of a possibility. Well, what a roller coaster ride of a fifth game. But she keeps the cushion. Coming into the table again with that flat backhand. We see players like Mima Ito in the women's game having short pips on the backhand, which means you can kind of just punch through topspin instead of having to counter it like you would with the smooth rubber. You can also do that with the long pin pulls, but you've got to strike it in a different kind of way. Oh, well, Polkanova did well to recover the net. But Mikhailova taking no prisoners there, coming into the table with the punch. Made use of an amazing angle there. Even the tall Austrian couldn't reach it. Wow. Well, that's the backhand of Polkanova that we know and love. That's what she's capable of there. Perhaps we need to see more of that instead of pushing so many boards with the backhand. You can see there, it's just not enough. Mikhailova's on fire with the forehand. 3 game points to the 11th seed. And there we have it, 5th game secured, 1 away from the final. 16 final before. Polkanova's best came in 2020 when she got a 3rd place while being injured. Mikhailova's previous best has been 9th place at the top 16. Perhaps being a taller player makes it a bit more difficult to play defence, because you have to bend your legs more to drive up the back of the ball. If you're a small player playing against defence, you're already low, so all you have to do is come up. Wow, incredible control. Michailova though, so solid. Volkanova's not going to go down without a fight. She wins so many matches in the deciding game. Such a high percentage win ratio. Whoa! Straight off the bounce with a bit of side spin. That is an impeccable forehand. Wow, she's on fire right now. Miss Fahrenheit burning at 100 degrees. You can see the definition in her legs, the physicality of being a defender, coming in and out of the table so much and so quickly, as well as having to bend to play counters so often. Really taxing on the body. Have to do a lot of resistance training. Polkanova put off there by that side swiping. Kind of like a strawberry push, but it's with the long pimples instead of smooth rubber. On a top edge, add some salt to the wounds of the top seed. Michailova in the driving seat right now. Polkanova, a rabbit in the headlights. Wow. Has an answer to every question that Polkanova's asking of her right now. Well, it's looking like the Russian's going to be going through to the last two. The finish line in sight. You know as well as me, for anyone who's watching that plays, as soon as you start thinking about the outcome too much, you tense up, get nervous, and then your opponent can come back. So you've just got to play each point till the last point. And that backhand that's been one of the recipes of success. 6 match points. Michailova. Oh, and a net finish, but you can see the reaction. It means so much. The top seed is out. Michailova slays one of the biggest European giants, the top seed. Sofia Polkanova out. She cannot better her result from 2020. And Michailova one step away now from becoming the first Russian to ever win this prestigious event. Stay tuned, because up next we have the second of the women's singles semis. Bernadetta Sox against Han Ying.